So I was hoping to be able to let you know that Midnight had her puppies. She's due today, and as you can see, she keeps putting herself in a crate. So I do think it'll probably be tonight. Most of the time, our dogs like to deliver overnight when it's nice and quiet. So in order to help that along, I've closed the blinds in our window, and I'm all ready. So I'm trying to emulate night for her and keep it really quiet. Here's my incubator already. There's the ultrasound machine already in case I need to check progress. There's the oxygen concentrator. I don't have that on yet, but if I need oxygen, that takes regular air and converts it to concentrated oxygen. It also has a nebulizer feature. Puppy Warmer is the company that I buy these things from. I have 2 incubators. So I realize most of you don't. And if you're a breeder and you're following me, which a lot of breeders do, if you don't have an incubator, at least get one of these. So if you have to take puppies to the vet, you can microwave it and get it soft and take the puppies with you to the vet. My incubator actually plugs into a cigarette lighter. So I wanted to show you a little bit of my setup. So we actually remodeled our bathroom and took out a garden tub in order to make room for 2 whelping boxes, but we were like 3 inches too short, so we had to use a kiddie pool instead of the second whelping box. I like the Easy Whelp Fab whelping box is the best because they're really sturdy, they're metal, and that lining that goes in can completely come out and go in the washing machine. It's a pain to take it out, but we do it regularly. But if you're a new breeder and you don't have the funds for one of these professional whelping boxes, I like these kiddie pools better than pretty much anything else. They're like $30 or so, and the rails come from Easy Whelp. We have to cut them down a little bit. The pig rails, these pig rails are to keep the dog from rolling over on her puppies. And the reason why the box is a mess is because Midnight is going in there and starting to dig, which is what they do when they're in stage 1. So she's been in there digging. That's a vet fleece underneath. Makes it nice and cushy. After she delivers the puppies, we'll put the vet fleece on top of the waterproof whelping pads. These are Easy Whelp pads. I have a vet fleece underneath the whelping box as well to give it some give and some soft surface. And we have special heating pads that we use that are designed for puppies and dogs. The cords are non-chewable. I do not recommend heating lamps. They can be knocked over. A couple years ago, I had a heating lamp, and one of the moms knocked it over, and it actually started to melt one of the pig rails. Had it been landing on one of the puppies, it would have been a disaster. So I don't have room in this space, although we measured. There was just a couple inches short because of the plumbing in the toilet. So we moved our whelping boxes into the bathroom next to our master bedroom because we keep it really warm the first week. We keep the room about 80 degrees. And in our room, it was unbearable to sleep. And I don't get any sleep as it is. So here's my bed. And I just keep it open here. So it's a couple feet away, and it's a space heater there. So we keep the room in the 80s. And it's also nice because when Mom wants to get out of the unbearable heat, she can come in our room. And it's still warm, but it's a couple degrees cooler. So some of the products I use, again, because a lot of breeders follow me, I swear by Oral Cal Plus. You can only get it from Revival Animal Health. This is a calcium supplement we give during labor. Here's the new labeling. Here's the older labeling. It's the same thing. They just changed the labeling. And you can see some of this is gone already. Because she started stage 1, I gave her a little shot of it. Calcium depletion can kill a dog. So during labor, it's important that you give them some calcium and give them some every day. The slow-acting calcium that we use is this. I mix it. I make a mom's milkshake every morning. I mix their deworming medicine in there and their calcium and their Oxy Mama vitamins, which I don't have out right now. I don't know why, but I keep lactated ringers on hand for ready for delivery. This is hydration. See, here's the needle for sub-Q fluids if necessary. It's rare that I need it. This is why it's all still closed up. This is a fresh bag I just got. I keep foster care on hand. I would never supplement puppies right when they're born. They need the mom's colostrum in order to survive. So that's a milk replacement if I have to supplement. But once you start supplementing, it's a slippery slope because breastfeeding is supply and demand. So if you take away some of the demand, the supply is going to go down. So I only supplement if absolutely necessary. And I rarely use a bottle to supplement. If they're strong enough to suck from the bottle, they're strong enough to suck from their mom. And so I would just put them on alone time with their mom and make sure they get lots of extra alone time with mom. Really, if I have to supplement, it's because the puppy is really weak and can't suck, and then I tube feed. This is a GI tube, 5 is the size that I get. And I glove up, open a sterile tube each time. It's important that you use a sterile one each time. And I would make the formula and then use a syringe and syringe it right down into the GI. So I have it all ready just in case. But again, I don't supplement unless I absolutely have to. It's got to be that the puppy's not going to make it. Here's 5-Hour Energy. I just watched a webinar by Dr. Marty Greer. If you're a breeder, Google Dr. Marty Greer. She did a webinar and she said if you have a struggling puppy, this sometimes gets them going. It's vitamins and caffeine, basically caffeine. I used to use coffee extract drops, but she suggested this if a puppy isn't perking up and you need to get them going. So I bought that. I have umbilical clamps. I only use those on cords that are really bleeding. Most of the time, I just let them dry naturally. I have some navel care stuff. This is orange. So I will use this on the darker puppies because it's dyed orange. It's actually great, but it really makes a mess. If I have cream colored puppies, I often just use that instead. These needles are acupuncture needles, again, to get a puppy breathing. You can use an acupuncture point right underneath their nose. Again, you can watch a webinar on that if you want to. Dr. Marty Greer has those there. You can use the acupuncture needles. It's a certain size. That's Nutristat. That's really for mom. I give it to mom sometimes when they're getting tired, if they have a long labor. I use a bulb syringe and scissors, and I also swear by these daily mucus traps. You need both. You need a bulb syringe and the mucus trap. One is for thin mucus, one is for thick mucus when you're delivering the puppies. I have my scale. I have my chart where we note time that they're born and what nail polish I'm going to mark them with. We mark our puppies with nail polish. Yes, collars are much cuter, but I've just seen way too many, I've heard of way too many issues of people having puppies get hurt with their collars. So we don't put our collars on our puppies until they're at least 3 weeks old. This is a probiotic. I give that to the puppies for their GI health. I give them a little each day. This I put in the mama dog's dog food, water, if she's seeming dehydrated. This one obviously has been sitting in a cupboard for a while. It's looking pretty nasty because I haven't used it. But it's only if she's had a long labor and she's getting dehydrated. I keep it ready just in case I need it. So I'm ready for action. I don't see my oxytocin out here. I'm going to have to go find that. I do have oxytocin, and I have needles that I administer that with after the last puppy is born. But that's by prescription only and only for more experienced vets. You can see she's digging in there. That's stage 1. Stage 1 can last days, but she's making a nest. And that's usually an indication that they're going to go into labor pretty soon. So I give her lots of blankets and things to dig up. And then once she delivers, I smooth them. I actually, if she delivers in this box where it's a mess like this, I would put the puppies into the cleaner box and she'll move over to where her puppies are. But they need a place to dig. So I give them that. And she seems to like this lower box versus the more professional box, but that's okay. This is her first litter. And she's just digging and making a nest right now. So that's stage 1, so it'll probably be tonight. Fingers crossed, she's due today, so. And I will post, if she doesn't have them in the middle of the night, I will post as she's having them. But if she has them in the middle of the night, I'm going to be on my own, so I won't be posting as much. These are the heating pads. And I have them in this box because ultimately this is the box I want the puppies in. But in between puppies, I often will take them out and let them dry in the incubator. So if she's getting ready to have another one, I'll take the one that's already been delivered and put it in the incubator and let it get dry and warm in here. This surface, I don't know if you could see it, it's a raised surface that has different heating zones in it, different temperatures within. It's designed for puppies. So I give her lots of different places where she can deliver. Half of the time, our mamas will deliver in my bed. So I have the pads on my bed. And if she jumps up on my bed, I'll scoot a whole bunch more pads and put them on there. They are. And I'll spread them out. Those are the towels that I use. There's the laundry basket. And there's the garbage can with my dirty laundry there. Yeah, no secrets here. So we are ready for Midnight to have her babies. Hi, sweet pie. You want to have some babies? Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Starting to pan a little bit. So that's a good sign that it's coming soon. So stay tuned, guys.